so much NBA 2K21, but we wanted to stop and take a moment to thank you guys for tuning in and joining us for 45 episodes in NBA 2K20.
We've had so much fun connecting with you all over this past season.
So as we put NBA 2K20 to a close,
we come to you tonight from the... And a chance to take a look at some numbers for Sexton.
And you can see the surge in his level of confidence lately just by looking at that true shooting percentage. It's been moving straight up in the past 5 games. I think he's feeling it.
So the opening lineup for the Heat, Jones is out there with Jimmy Butler. Then it's Bam Adebayo. Then it's Robinson. And it's Nunn in at the point. And for Cleveland, Ashman and Love are the forwards. Garland and Sexton man the backcourt. And it's Drummond in at the center. For the Heat, their last game a loss to the Hornets. Here's Sexton. The layup missed. And with this summer signing of Jimmy Butler, the Miami Heat demonstrating they still can lure star talent to South Beach.
The Heat back on the rise. The Butler signing sets the stage for the summer of 2021 when they should have the cap space to sign another max player.
Garland with it. Butler covering. Here's Drummond. Nails the baby hook.
A tall and powerful big. Drummond has a natural ability to finish inside.
Jones, the pass to Butler. All alone. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. And the Cavaliers with possession. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Chicago.
Yeah, I mean, on the road, tough environment. They were right there, but just missed some key shots.
You know what? Playing on the road is always challenging. It requires a level of energy and focus. You've got to match what the home team gives you, and they didn't do it.
And so here is Miami, following the score by Cleveland. Robinson kicks to Butler. Just 5 on the clock. And he uses the glass on the layup.
There it is. After 4 straight misses, finally nail one.
Sexton deciding where to go with it. The feed to Love. And he drops it in from the low post.
How about 3 or 4 from the floor to start? That's always a good sign.
Outside Butler. The 19-foot shot. That doesn't go either for Butler.
I'll tell you, it's been a struggle for him in this period, and they're struggling as a result.
Drummond with it. Butler covering. Sexton with it. Robinson on him. Here's Love. And Drummond throws it down.
Pursues the offensive glass with purpose. Drummond knows who he is, and boy, does he attack it.
Left side, Butler. A lot of switching on every possession in the NBA from a defensive standpoint, and you see the way Doris offenses are adjusting to that.
Yeah, I think number one, you have to attack the switch. That's first and foremost. And it's an interesting balance between attacking and being patient. Because the one thing you're ultimately seeking in every switch is a favorable matchup for yourself. That's where a critical, thinking guard who knows where to find and put the ball is so critical to your success.
That's a good way to look at it. Jones. Here's Adebayo. That one wide left. And here are the Cavaliers. They've gone on a 10-2 run, not allowing much. Here's Osman, defended by Butler. And that one's good. Drummond. Drummond's got his 3rd basket of the night.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Jones, no luck. The Cavaliers leading by 10. In transition, here come the Cavaliers. And Sexton slams it in.
And you can see their strategy coming in. They want to control the paint.
They have used their size and their strength to get off any shot they want. They've dominated on the interior.
Now, here's Adebayo. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against Charlotte.
The other thing I thought was big, guys, was the incredible night he had on the glass. No one wanted any part of him down there. Yeah, great body control, and no one was around on defense to contest.
Osman, the pass to Love. And there's another one for the Cavaliers.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock.
I'll tell you, that's a pretty pass from Jimmy Butler, and you've got to have special vision to make it.
Here's Osman, defended by Butler. Drummond in the post. Adebayo on him. And that one's good. Drummond.
And I like that they're not settling. Getting the ball on the interior. 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
Shoots from the elbow. Jones, no luck. Osman kicks to Sexton. Back to Osman. Lets it go with a 3. And so it's Cleveland enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. Jimmy Butler, a hard worker on the floor and off the court as well, possesses a unique individuality.
I worked extremely hard.
A boombox aquarium, huh? Points for originality, Greg.
Butler not shy, breaking from convention, beats to the rhythm of his own drum.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And for the Cavaliers, this has been the game they wanted to have.
Guys, I love their defense in that first period. They were in position and just challenging shots.
Well, I think they combined great intelligence with great effort, and you can see the results.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter to play. And for Miami, looking who they've got out there. We've got Hero, Iguodala out there with Jay Crowder. Then it's Kelly Olynyk, and it's Dragic in at the 1.
Obviously, times have been quite tough lately, but you have to think back to Cleveland's first and only title in 2016. LeBron's second season back in the city, and boy, did he deliver on his promise.
That's tipped, stolen by Garland. Outside, Porter. Cleveland moving the ball around. Garland, the pass to Thompson. And he lays it straight in. Thompson's got the lead up to 14 now for the Cavs. And that was an incredible year back in 2016. Of course, Draymond Green in that series suspended for Game 5. Doors changing the momentum.
Amazing to think, Kevin, how quickly things can shift and change in the NBA. Credit the Cavaliers. They made the bigger shots, and they had the best player on the floor in LeBron James. That was a season to remember.
Iguodala dishes to Dragic. And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. The Cavaliers leading by 14. Here's Porter. Andre Iguodala comes up with the rebound. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Dragic taking his time here. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Dragic has got his first bucket in this one.
Well, use the pick and going right to the cup. I love the aggressiveness.
Here's Crowder, and Thompson sends it back.
Oh, the former Longhorn Thompson really elevating for the rejection. Love the energy, guys.
Nice pass here to set that basket up.
And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter.
You know what I love about Larry Nance Jr.? This guy came into the league as a tremendous athlete, but his skill set just keeps improving. The passing, the shooting, I love it.
Porter outside. The Cavaliers with a new 14.
But you like that he shakes off that rocky first period and knocks down a shot. Nice.
To the wing right side. Hero passes to Crowder. He dishes it to Olynyk, stolen by Thompson. Here's Porter, and finished off by Porter.
Yeah, Thompson, a very good passer for a player in his position. Knows where everyone is heading.
And a quality defender. Larry Nance doesn't need Doris the ball to impact the game.
No doubt, Kevin, because he's willing to rebound the ball out of his area. He's willing to be a high motor guy on the defensive end. His activity is always a big lift to this team.
Thompson dishes to Nance. Good work defensively by Crowder.
Great rim protection to prevent him from converting. Beautiful.
Hero 8 feet away, and the jumper falls for him. Hero's got 4 points this quarter.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
Pass to Windler. He kicks it to Garland. Thompson outside. Pass to Windler. Now Garland. Clock at 6. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. But they get it back. Jay Crowder pulls it in. The Heat trail by 16. Right side Dragic puts it up from 15. Porter pulls it in.
Let's give some credit to the defense for how they're guarding this guy right now, because they're refusing to let him get comfortable.
Passes it to Nance. Now the dish to Porter. Over Iguodala. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
The Cavaliers have shot just 1 free throw, missing that one earlier.
And you think back to LeBron's last year in Cleveland, one wonders how differently it may have turned out if Kyrie was there with him.
Well, you think back, Greg, Isaiah Thomas was never healthy. He had been a recent All-Star with another team. They were counting on his quickness and his scoring. But through it all, the Cavaliers reached the NBA Finals. Just another testament to the talent and the leadership that LeBron gives you.
To the inside. It's stolen by Adebayo. Here's Silva. Unable to get that one. And so it's the Cleveland Cavaliers with a sizable... Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to... It was Andre Drummond who got hot in the first. He had 8 points, 6 rebounds, and 1 block. And that'll about do...
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. Andre Drummond has been sensational.
In those first 2 quarters, he was pretty much an automatic bucket getter if he got it down low on the block.
Well, you can see why they would continue to play through him. He was tough to stop, super assertive down low. Just great work.
Sexton and Osman on the perimeter. Andre Drummond is out there with Kevin Love. And it's Garland in at the point guard. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
Up again, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And there's that transition offense. Push the ball up the floor. The defense can't get set, and you can get some easy baskets here.
Jones against Love. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Love's got 8 points.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
And so Sexton will bring it up for Cleveland. They'll be off to Charlotte for a game against the Hornets. That sets off a 5-game tour for him. Good. 10 points for Kevin Love. Doris, as you always say, there is a grace in handling wins and losses in this game, isn't there?
You know what, Kevin? There's an old saying that winning and losing are imposters, that it's everything to do with how you react to constant learning and growing experiences. And listen, everybody wants to win, but can you experience losing with grace and dignity? Can you embrace the joy of pure competition? To me, that's one of the beautiful things about the NBA. Men handle heartbreak and joy and set an example for the next generation. It's beautiful.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Here's Drummond. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Well, you look at the former All-Star Andre Drummond and the way he rebounds, Greg. He might be the best in the league in that department.
I mean, few players in the history of the league can go off for 20-plus rebounds on any given night. Drummond's one of them. Attacks the glass on the offensive end so well. His offensive rebounding, for me, sets him apart.
Leonard finds Butler. And it's off from three-point range. The Cavaliers leading by 16. Osman, the pass to Sexton. Back to Osman. Cleveland moving the ball around. Back to Love. Over Butler. Offensive rebound.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Fires from deep. Offensive rebound, Heat. Cavaliers have gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. Love kicks to Sexton. Love the pass to Sexton. Can't connect from 13 feet out.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Butler dishes to Leonard. The wide open look here for Garland. Drops in the tray off the fast break. Garland's got his second basket of the night. And it's Leonard at the elbow. Outside Robinson. To end the run. Leonard trying to break free. Robinson, that's good. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Now, here's Sexton. And he can certainly fill it up when they need him to. He's averaging almost 21 points a game. Drummond passes to Love. Back to Drummond. It's stolen by Adebayo. Outside Butler. Outside for Robinson. There's the pass to Nunn. Left side, Leonard. Fires from the line. That one off the back iron and out.
Well, the defense flat out awful right there, and he couldn't punish them for their mistake.
And it's Osman missing.
Listen, we know the mid-range game is in this guy's arsenal, but you wonder, should he have moved it just one pass more?
Butler passes to Nunn. There's 21 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Adebayo. In the corner, it's Robinson. The putback out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession. Here's Sexton. Porter kicks to Sexton. Pass to Windler. Here's Sexton. Shoots over Dragic. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's Cleveland with a 19-point advantage. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that, Greg, putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. On the floor for Miami, we've got Jay Crowder. Dragic is out there with Iguodala. Then it's Olynyk, and it's Silva in at the power forward. Windler, the pass to Thompson. And here's Porter. He's guarded by Dragic. Porter kicks to Sexton. Back to Porter. 6 to shoot. A second chance effort. Thompson drops in the layup for 2. And And the Cavaliers lead by 19.
Thompson, he has such a low, wide base. He is near impossible to fully box out.
Crowder, the pass to Iguodala. From deep. And Kelly Olynyk is going to pick up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. The Heat making a switch here. Heroes checked in. Porter against Iguodala. Feeds it to Thompson. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. They get Andre Iguodala.
Guys, what you love about Tristan Thompson is he never lets up off the offensive glass. He is thirsty for offensive boards.
Good on the second free throw. And the rebound rate steadily climbing for Tristan Thompson, Doris, in recent seasons.
Yeah, so much so, Kevin, that he set a career high back in 2018-19. You think about over the last 4 years, he has averaged more rebounds than points.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket?
Pass to Windler. Thompson outside. Here's Windler. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. Sexton kicks to Porter. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Sexton. Here's Thompson. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Thompson's got 5 points now in the quarter. Dragic the pass to Iguodala. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Nance with some nice D. Porter finds Thompson, and it's Thompson with the jam.
Yeah, Thompson's athleticism allows him to finish with power.
Passes it to Dragic. A lot of people look at that general manager position with the team. I think it grows with some organization, maybe shrinks in importance with others. But by and large, it is more stable than coaching, isn't it? That position of being a GM.
Yeah, and I think, Kevin, if you were to ask coaches, one of the things I've heard sort of thrown out there as an idea is when you list the head coach's record, why not list the GM's record as well? Because the reality is success in the NBA is contingent on so many things. What's your ownership like? What kind of front office personnel? Have they made great decisions? Do you have the best possible coaching comparative to the talent on your roster? So much contributes to winning, Kevin.
Here's Hero. No good on that one. And it's the Cavaliers taking it the other way. Inside. Back to Sexton. Iguodala with the steal. And Dragic has it in the corner. And it's out of bounds to the Heat as Miami retains possession.
A split second late, but almost came up with a steal there.
Absolutely appreciate the effort, though. He really went after it. So close.
Derek Jones, he's checked in for Andre Iguodala. To the paint, here's Jones. Doris, in 2004, the Charlotte Bobcats became the NBA's 30th team. When do you think we're going to see another team added, whether it's an expansion or even multiple expansions?
Well, let's go directly to the most important source, and that's Commissioner Adam Silver, who has said that expansion is inevitable, but right now, not a huge priority. So, you know, listen, we've heard Seattle is on the short list of cities that wants to get a team, and what a great city, what a great NBA fan base. I hope someday we get back to Seattle.
So much history up there. You're correct.
Yeah, nice, strong finish there. Nearly a three-point opportunity.
Remember the time, Doris, when it was rare to see stars changing teams? Now we read about it every day.
No question, Kevin. Think back to my formative years watching the NBA as a fan. Larry Bird was a Boston Celtic. Magic Johnson was a Los Angeles Laker. The trend in today's NBA is that shorter player contracts, more player control over where they want to be. And the reality is this, Kevin, at some point, free agency entered the equation. It's appropriate, it's fair, they've earned the right to choose where they play.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority, very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for Cleveland.
Starting five must have been happy to get so much help from the reserves in this game.
And they not only lightened the load, the subs did nothing less than guarantee a win.
And a milestone win for the season. This will push their victory total to 20 wins even. And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Tristan Thompson.
This guy has been shot-making all night long. He commands the rock and takes over.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Exum with it. Osman kicks to Exum. The pass to Dellavedova. He dishes it to Bell. A fade away. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. From deep. No good.
You have to like that defensive effort. Dante Exum used.
David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up.
Welcome to this very special episode of NBA 2K TV. I'm Alexis Morgan.
And I'm Chris Manning. Special episode because we have reached number
200.
Here's Tatum and slamming.
You play 2K all the time. You act.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And now you have an album. Anything you can't do?
I can't.
As we get a break in the action, now let's take a look at the East and how the teams are stacking up. Look at the Heat. They've had a great season and will look to extend that into the playoffs. And, of course, the Bulls. They're looking to salvage what they can of the season.
And I think for Miami, they've had a tremendous year. There were a lot of people waiting for them to take that tumble late in the season. Well, those people might be waiting for a little while longer.
Well, tumbles happen in gymnastics class, not with this team. I can say that for sure. All that's left to wonder about is how deep a run this team's going to make.
So here's Miami's starting group. Jones is out there with Bam Adebayo. Then it's Robinson. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Nunn in at the point guard position. And for Chicago, Levine at the 2 with Porter at the 3. Markkanen and Carter are up front. And it's White in at the 1.
I tell you, he's playing the game with pure excitement right now.
He capped off that dunk with some serious hang time on the rim. Carter kicks to Porter. And in tonight's game, pride definitely bred at stake. When you were with the Spurs, or any of the teams, talk about some of the epic conference rivalries you played in.
Well, I always go back to playing against the Phoenix Suns in the 7 seconds or less Steve Nash-led teams, along with Amari Stoudemire, and what Mike D'Antoni was introducing to the game back in 2005, 2006. Which, by the way, Kevin, everybody's doing now.
Right, yeah.
But tremendous talent on the court at that time. Tremendous disparity in style of play. And watching Steve Nash during MVP years trying to conduct his team against the vaunted Spurs. Fantastic, incredibly competitive match.
And a lot of speed. I mean, it was eye-opening to watch.
And it was the Spurs trying to catch up. So how are we going to do the rock'em sock'em game against the 7 seconds or less? We kind of took care of it.
Now, here's Adebayo. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against Charlotte.
And he also positioned himself perfectly to grab all those rebounds. Guys, can't forget about the fundamentals.
And right now, they're just focused on putting together good possessions.
Yeah, that's exactly how they got the lead. They ended up having multiple possessions in a row with good quality shots, knocked them down, and the game is fully in their control.
And so here is Chicago after the Heat pick up 2. Here's Markkanen. That one drops for him.
And off the schneid here, 1 of 5, but that's a big one.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. And Adebayo throws it down.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Bulls trail by 7. Here's White. And no good to start the night, missing his first attempt there. Jones, that's for 2. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
I just love how high Butler elevates, especially when he's jamming in putbacks. Just an exceptional athlete.
Now here's White. 20 points for him last game against the Magic in Orlando.
Yeah, but all around offensively, the performance was great. He knew when he had it going, but he also knew he could get other guys going. So his passing right up there on the level with his scoring in that one.
So Chicago ends up going with the new group. Pass to Adebayo. Puts it up from 15. Thaddeus Young grabs the miss.
And his lateral quickness really allows him to stay in front of the shooter there and challenge the shot.
Talk about versatility on offense a lot, but how about on defense? And he takes pride in making an impact down there.
And Coach Jim Boylan agreeing to a multi-year extension with the Bulls this summer, Greg.
And taking that interim tag off his title as head coach, Boylan, with over 30 years of coaching experience, afforded the opportunity to continue developing this young core.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Here's Cornette. He's guarded by Adebayo. Starter in this league for almost a decade. Thaddeus Young's numbers, Greg, won't blow you away. So what is it that makes him a winning player?
I think it starts with his defense, Kevin. Drawing charges and getting deflections. His quickness puts him in a position to make those effort plays.
Catching up on the changes with Miami. Kelly Olynyk comes in for Bam Adebayo. And it's Iguodala in for Butler. Here's Dragic from outside. Crowder. Great positioning on the putback.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
And here's Dunn. He'll bring it up for the Chicago Bulls. Down by 12. Lays it up off the glass.
There's just no way you are stopping Dunn when he's that close to the bucket. A skilled finisher and amazing athlete.
Here's Olynyk. It's hauled in by Cornette.
Yeah, that miss might stick with him for a little while. That's kind of a shoot-around jumper if I've ever seen one.
Hutchison. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Jay Crowder. Bulls shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And as a team, really just middle of the pack in terms of their percentage from the line at about 76.
Well, Heat leading by 8. Seven seconds left to play here in the first. Here's Silva. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And so it's Miami. You learn about Jimmy Butler. Difficult journey to where he is.
Basketball. That's that.
Boy, you hear that so often, don't you, Greg? Between those lines can be an escape from the outside world.
And in the end, Butler's obsession became his escape. Maybe why he remained so devoted to the game.
And we welcome you back to our special Noche Latina broadcast. As the second quarter getting going right now. And what stands out to you guys from the Heat in this one? And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Dragic left side. Five on the clock. To the middle. Leonard, the pass to Olynyk. Basket, good.
And really, the improvement as a finisher is noticeable for Kelly Olynyk.
Deflects the pass. Iguodala with the steal. Outside Dragic. Banked in off the glass. Dragic has got his first 2 points of the night.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
And again, no good by Chicago. The Heat leading by 10. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Carter, he's checked in for Luke Cornett. Markkanen comes in for Thaddeus Young. Zach LaVine's checked in for Valentine. And it's White in for Satoransky.
When you watch Lauri Markkanen play, it's easy to see how easy it is for him to put up points. Attacks from all spots on the floor and has a great touch on that shot, especially for a man his size.
And how about breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk?
A nice way to pad that lead a little more. You're right. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, there's not a lot of NBA players who come from Finland. Now there's Lauri Markkanen. Before him, there was Hanno Matala, who was actually Lauri's high school coach. Markkanen is soft-spoken and family-focused, but he says everything starts from basketball. All the decisions I make are based on if it helps me in the basketball court. Kevin?
Terrific attitude. David, thanks. The Bulls making a switch here. Porter's checked in. None. That's good. And really, Greg, the only knock on Markkanen is that he can be too passive at times.
And I suspect that will fade as he grows more comfortable in the league. You have to remember how young he is and missed a good amount of time with injury during that second year. And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Adebayo finds Crowder. The putback, it's good on the putback. Adebayo's got the lead up to 12 now for Miami.
Oh, smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they? Passes to Nunn. Here's Hero. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. LaVine against Butler. Over LaVine. Misses off the right iron. And so it's Carter who brings the ball up for Chicago. A 12-point game. Last game matched up with the Magic. A tough loss there. There's LaVine. Jay Crowder with the rebound.
And still, he's scoreless. Boy, they could use just a little bit of help from him.
Well, their pass is to Crowder. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And out of Marquette, Jay Crowder, and a sturdy two-way wing player.
A great system player and glue guy. He had his best years with the Celtics. On the final year of this contract, a great value considering what he brings to the table.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Chandler Hutchison, he's checked in for Carter. Valentine comes in for LaVine, and it's done in for White. On offense, here are the Heat. They're on a 12-4 run. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Chicago making some changes. Luke Cornett comes in for Markkanen, and it's Young in for Porter. And Miami also making a switch. Dragic is checked in and out of bounds as the Heat gain possession.
Yeah, the body language right now is not looking good for this basketball team. The game might be out of reach, but they have to avoid mistakes like that.
It's Crowder on the wing. Throws it up high. That one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Crowder.
That's tough because that one's preventable. The defense has nothing to do at all with that turnover.
There's 10 seconds left here in the second. Crowder with the steal. There's the steal with 1 on the clock. And no good in the last second attempt this time. And so it's Miami. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basket. So it's Miami who's out on top at the half. They're leading by 16. Kenny, what? Thanks for joining us.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. And you look at Adebayo, what a contribution.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
Here's who Eric Spoelstra is starting the second half with. They've got Jimmy Butler. Jones is out there with Adebayo. Then it's Robinson, and it's Nunn in at the 1 spot. Ray, you suited up for 6 teams in your NBA career. What do you think about some of the front offices that you came across during that playing time?
I think when you find a front office, when you move from franchise to franchise, is what it is that they value most. And there were some franchises, quite frankly, Kevin, that I played for where they just wanted you to show up on time, get there, play the game, and leave. Those franchises end up having a lot of struggle to find some footing in the league. They also find trouble finding attraction from free agency because people understand the culture just isn't there. There are other teams that do so many other things well, Kevin. You feel so much more valued as a player throughout your course of your career. Those are the places that end up sticking with you. And I think the league is doing a great job from top to bottom, moving in that direction. Now, some are doing it better than others. That will always be the case. But the idea around finding more completeness for what it is you provide a player is a great thing for everybody.
Intercepted. Adebayo finds Jones. Knocked loose. Levine with it. Jones covering. Bulls trail by 14. Porter looking it over. The shot misses. Some solid defense from Butler.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Nunn, that's good. Nunn's got 5.
Well, the talk at halftime must have been a good one. Right now, 3 straight buckets to start the quarter.
Outside, White. In the corner, it's Levine. Shoots the 3. It's Adebayo with the rebound. Adebayo's got his 7th rebound here tonight.
This feels like it's snowballed a little bit on them. The more he tries to shoot his way out of this slump, the worse it seems to get. They need him to get it together.
Saransky's checked in for the Bulls. The Heat also changing it up. Olenicki's checked in for Bam Adebayo. Leonard comes in for Jones. And it's Iguodala in for Robinson. Well, you just watch Levine play, and you can see the athleticism he possesses. Greg just explodes anytime he wants to.
And guys, with Levine, the speed and first step have always been there for him. But you can see the strength he's added to his game since his rookie year whenever he goes at the rim.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Another shot, and he gets the bucket. And the Heat lead by 19.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Dunn against Dragic. Dunn passes to Hutchison. And here is Satoransky. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game.
I mean, even he was surprised to be that open.
Miami leading by 17. 1:31 left to play in the third. Bounce pass, Dragic. Now here's Olynyk. Defense is right there. Fires the three. He kicks it to Dragic. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. Dragic has got his second bucket tonight. Here's Dunn. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. And the shot is good.
And the explosion to the hoop. Dunn finishing in style.
Outside Leonard. Kicks it out to Iguodala. There's 45 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Hutchison with the rebound. Bulls trail by 17. And Satoransky wide open. He fires. No good on the triple. Here's Leonard. That falls. Nice feed that time from Andre Iguodala. Leonard's got his first points in this one. Here's Harrison. That one falls. Miami leading by 17. Iguodala outside. And Thomas Satoransky gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul. Substitution on the court.
Dragic against Dunn. Dragic dishes to Leonard. And then Leonard with the dunk.
And nice court vision from Dragic there to get a great look at the bucket.
Here's Harrison. Here's Young. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Young and Carter are the big men inside. Valentine out there with Chris Dunn. And it's Hutchinson in at the small forward. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls. Outside Robinson, just 5 to shoot. The Heat need to get a shot off. Silva, that one a little long. And so it's Carter who brings the ball up for Chicago, trailing by 19.
Yeah, he earned that one. I mean, taking the hit and still able to get that one to go down.
The Heat making a switch here. Nunn's checked in. Brent, you know, the moving screen is one of those very difficult judgment calls, isn't it?
It's a tough one, Kevin, but what you look for all the time in replays when you see that call, it's almost like the salsa. I'm looking at the hips and the feet. If the feet are too wide, and Kevin Garnett was the biggest problematic moving screen setter that I ever saw, being 6'11" and spreading out those sticks of his. But if the feet go wider than the shoulder, impossible. And then the hip move as the defender is moving around the screener, just enough of a nudge for him not to be able to catch up. Those are the ones where the referees, I think, are most in tune to in order to blow the whistle.
And the edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead. You're not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Lauri Markkanen's checked in for Young. Otto Porter Jr. comes in for Chandler Hutchison. And Zach LaVine subbed in for Denzel Valentine. Jimmy Butler, he's checked in for Miami. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't get the lid off. And slam dunk by Butler.
And it's all about positioning for Butler. Once he's deep inside the paint, there's no question he's going to finish that one.
White, left side. Carter, right side. And he converts the layup.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
The Heat leading by 16. Here's Nunn. Beyond the arc. Drops in the tray.
3-point shooting since the half has been about as good as you could ask for.
LaVine with it. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Count it.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Luke Cornett, he's checked in for the Bulls. And Miami with a change here, too. Jones checked in for Crowder. Jones drives in, and Adebayo throws it down.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Fires from 14. Another one falls for Chicago.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
And the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Here's Nunn. Light covering. Right wing. Robinson up top. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over.
Chicago ball.
Look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Now here's Levine. Brent, a lot of teams will be paying that luxury tax, and that is a tough thing for a lot of owners to swallow. Is this the best method to deter teams from going over the cap and overspending and outspending smaller markets?
You're hitting the nail on the head, Kevin, because there are some teams, as much as you said it's tough for some teams to swallow, there are other teams that never see that pill.
Right.
And they're willing to go as far as they need to go in order to put a championship team on the floor. It seems to be working, but the question you had for me, was it a deterrent right now? I don't know if it's as significant as it needs to be. We know the repeater tax certainly hurts some teams, but there are still teams that are willing to spend, Kevin. That's really tough on small market teams who want to avoid that at all costs.
Iguodala up top, guarded by Levine. White looking around. The putback, offensive rebound. Cornett passes to Levine. Over Hill. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot.
And masterful possession from Levine. He's so lethal at shooting once he catches it.
Right side Hill. Taken away. And here we go. Levine heading to the hoop. And yes, it's good.
Well, at this point, they're just trying to get back in sync. You want to play a good brand of basketball.
Consistency definitely is a key to some of the playoff performing teams, and tonight they just did not find it in this contest.
Dragic gets the bucket.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
Yeah, definitely putting a stamp on this one. A very, very decisive victory for the club tonight.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line, and I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
And so Miami takes this one by a big mark. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight.
where do I start? Where do I get my rhythm? Where do I get my groove?
I always start off with a bounce. You just start with a bounce, and then you see.
I'm part of the baddest game, most successful game in the world. I went to Portugal this year, and the young tour guide goes, "It's Doris Burke from 2K." It wasn't Doris Burke, the announcer. It was Doris Burke from 2K.
The skyline of Orlando St. Let's now to take a look at the steal numbers over the last couple months. The scope of that for Butler.
I feel like he hasn't been paying as much attention to the defensive aspect of the game as he needs to. His steals have dropped over the past few months, and he needs to get back some of that fire on D.
So here's Miami's starting group. Jones is out there with Bam Adebayo. Then it's Robinson. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Nunn in at the 1 spot. And for the Magic, Augustine and Fournier are the backcourt tandem. At the 4 and the 5, we have Gordon and Vucevic. And it's Ennis in at the small forward position. And the Magic with possession.
You know, you talk about the explosive athletes in the NBA, the most explosive athletes. I would think Aaron Gordon has to be on your list. I mean, this guy has great feet, tremendous speed, and he puts both to use on both ends of the floor.
Vucevic with the block. About a minute played so far here in the first. Out to the right wing. Augustine looking around. It's Fournier on the wing. Shot clock at 6. Three-pointer. And Jones pulls it down. And the athleticism is obvious for Gordon, but he continues, Clark, to still work on his skill game.
I love the fact that he's continuing to improve. He's grown as a shooter and a playmaker. He's always been a pretty good ball handler and passer, and we really forget how young he is, man. This guy still has a lot of room to grow.
And good to get him going early. That shot should give him some confidence.
Perhaps he's set for a big night. I mean, he can be a difference maker for him when he's on his game.
Now here is Augustine. He's coming off a 16-point game against Chicago. Up again, and the second chance effort by Gordon.
Yeah, great hustle from Gordon using his patented vertical to sky up for the board.
Robinson passes to Jones. Outside Butler. Outside for Robinson. Lets it go from deep. It's hauled in by the Magic.
Sometimes it's more about what the defense is doing. On that possession, they were all over him on the perimeter.
Gordon against Jones. Gordon, the pass to Augustine. To the left wing. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. Clark, we're seeing a lot of shooters drawing contact. They have that art form down. They know exactly what to do and how to position their bodies, don't they?
Yeah, they really do, Kevin. And I don't know if anybody's any better than James Harden, in part because he's so skilled with the ball, but he's a really thick, strong, agile guard, which makes him hard to defend without fouling him. And he's really developed that ability to seek contact in a legal manner. And I don't think anybody does it any better than him.
Now here's Ross. His last outing, he had 24 points. Back to Fournier. Pass to Ross. The shot will not fall. The Heat go the other way with it. Last time they met was in Miami.
Yeah, a really close game between these two in that last matchup. It took a total team effort for them to get the win.
It sure did, and they got a lot of scoring from their bench, Greg, and I think that really was the crucial difference.
The shot's good from Fournier.
You know, even when you think you've got Fournier bodied up, he still finds a way to slither to a score.
And there's the pass to Dragic. There's 57 seconds left in the first quarter. to Adebayo. Wants to get it to Butler and does. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down.
That's what you call just really good awareness from Butler. Finding a way to score even when the clock is working against him.
Gordon kicks to Augustine. Back to Gordon. Augustine in the corner. The 11-footer. Good work defensively by Crowder. The Heat with the lead. And here we go. It's Butler. Here's Hero. With nobody on him, he buries the jumper. Here's Fournier. Scoring-wise, he's definitely making his mark. Right now, he's averaging about 19 points a game. Feeds to Ross. Outside Fournier. Here's Gordon. And we reach the end of the first quarter. Miami ahead. And buenas noches, basketball fans. It's Latin night here on 2K Sports. And you might have noticed the custom jerseys worn by the players. And when you consider how the Heat are doing, guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you look at the energy, the effort defensively, they put it all out there in that opening quarter.
They've got Terrence Ross. Carter Williams is out there with Fultz. And there's Mohamed Bamba. And it's Birch in at the 4 slot. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Magic. No good from Dragic.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, for Nick Vucevic, there were some great firsts last season. His son, Philip, was born in December. And then Dad made his first All-Star appearance. Nick is from a basketball family. He said, "I'll enjoy telling my son the stories, like my dad did with me. We'll see if he likes the game of basketball." I think he will. Kevin?
DA, it's certainly in his genes. Thanks for that report. And Miami making a change here. Nunn's checked in. Orlando trailing here.
And you look out there at the Magic, one of the taller teams in our league.
And, you know, that's a philosophical bent for the front office. They want long, athletic players. Draft guys with great length and then develop their strength and skill level. And I actually kind of like that approach. Have a philosophy, stick to it, and be true to it.
Just 2 to shoot. Bamba finds Ross, pulls it from 20, and the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. And as he's checked in for Terrence Ross. A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. Here's Nunn. Carter Williams covering. Nunn, that's good. Nunn's got the lead up to 4 now for the Heat.
No defensive pressure at all. I mean, that's not going to get it done against him.
Birch the pass to Ennis. Magic moving the ball around. And the dunk by Bamba.
Boy, I tell you, Bamba's wingspan and his standing reach is ridiculous. This dude was born to throw it down.
Here's Nunn. 5 points in the game. He feeds it to Leonard. Lays it up and banks it in. And the Heat lead by 4.
Sensational ball movement there. When you pass the ball like that, good things happen.
And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Bamba kicks to Fultz. Just 4 to shoot. Bamba controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
And they're starting to heat up is what they're doing. They're on fire. I mean, that's what they need to climb back into this game.
Now here's Iguodala. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Here's Nunn. Carter Williams covering. From deep, Iguodala. Birch grabs the board. Orlando, they've gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. And with Andre Iguodala, he doesn't give you 20 points tonight like he once did, Greg, but he still shows up when you need him.
Iggy can still hit the switch, so to speak, and go back to his all-star level of play for stretches. I mean, the numbers don't jump out at you, but he is so valuable during big games, particularly in the postseason.
Passes it to Nunn. Fires from the wing. Miami no good on that time either.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
And they take the lead. 8 points for Mohamed Bamba.
And it seemed like they couldn't get anything to fall in that opening quarter, but you can just feel the momentum starting to shift.
Yeah, things are starting to look up. I mean, they're making amends for that slow start, finding a rhythm right now.
Now here's Iguodala. Back to Olynyk. The shot's good on the assist by Iguodala. Olynyk's got his first points of the night.
Boy, the unselfishness of Iguodala is really admirable. A forward with excellent vision. He has a feel for when one of his guys is open.
Here's Silva. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Chicago. And the Magic can hold on to the ball.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
So a new group on the floor for Orlando. Pass to Hero. 19 seconds left in the first half of the game. Outside Dragic. Now Adebayo. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against Charlotte.
And equally impressive on the backboards. I thought his rebounding was huge.
For three, Ross, and no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And now let's catch. Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to... It was a closely contested first quarter for Orlando. Their largest deficit of the period was just 4 points. And...
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. One of the stories here, Mohamed Bamba getting it done today.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
You know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
Here's who Eric Spoelstra is starting the second half with. Jimmy Butler is out there with Jones. Then it's Bam Adebayo. Then it's Robinson. And it's Nunn in at the one. Jones finds Robinson. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. As we get a break in the action, now let's take a look at the East and how the teams are stacking up. Take a look at the Heat, the advantage in one series. And, of course, there's the Magic, down 4 spots from them.
And right now for the Magic, they've shown me some very good things this season. But that next step, those qualities that could make them true contenders, just haven't been there.
Yeah, and you know, we've seen them enough to know by now they're not going to make that switch from good to great at this point. Not this year anyway.
Who do you think is the best center right now, spacing the floor and also embracing the traditional responsibilities of a center?
Well, I tell you, it wasn't until the playoffs of this past season that I got to see Jokic. My goodness, he is a joy to watch. His footwork, his shot making, his skill, and I think his passing is probably the best attribute of his game. But I would put him in that category because he can make the deep three. Embiid is streaky from there. In terms of the balanced approach, I think probably you could throw Karl Anthony Towns in that mix.
Good names. Now here's Butler after the miss from Vucevic. Butler passes to Jones for the lead. Oh, that's blocked. Gordon goes in, and it's Gordon finishing it off.
What a drive to the hoop from Gordon. I mean, he only needs a step or two to take off for those throwdowns.
Here's Nunn, defended by Gordon. Outside, Jones. The 17-footer goes down. Jones has got the game tied up here for the Heat. Here's Fournier. It's tipped. Pass to Ennis. He's looking for Gordon and finds him. Back to Ennis. Dishes it to Vucevic. Shot clock at 5. Fires from the corner. That's good on the jump shot. Ennis has got the lead. Back up to 2 now for the Magic.
Boy, Vucevic, so solid in all fundamentals of the game and really an outstanding passer for a big guy.
And there's a foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. That's his first foul for the Magic. Ross comes in for James Ennis. And Markelle Fultz is subbed in for Augustine. Heat also with a sub. Dragic is checked in. Now here is Robinson. No points in the game yet for him. Out left to the wing. Adebayo finds Dragic. The shot by Butler. Nobody around. Good on the triple.
And you know, the touch from deep, the confidence. Butler showing strides of becoming a real threat out there.
And the veteran Goran Dragic still producing late in his career. Not the force he once was, but always a source of playmaking and scoring.
Now here's Fournier. The 11-footer. They grab their own miss. Fultz the pass to Ross. To the inside. A second chance effort. And the basket by Gordon. Well, you look at the career of Dragic. Greg, he's always been a scoring point guard.
Yeah, and as Dragic has aged, he has learned to lean more and more on his outside shot. Even when his first step and speed start to falter, he'll find ways to put up points.
Now here's Ross. And you can see his scoring totals. Those are some pretty good numbers. He's putting up close to 15 points a game on average. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And Fournier is highly skilled, a crafty European talent who's really fearless when it comes to shooting the basketball.
Bamba is checked in for the Magic. And a new group in for the Heat. Olynyk is checked in for Adebayo. Crowder comes in for Derek Jones. Andre Iguodala. He's checked in for Butler. And Hero subbed in for Robinson. Now here's Dragic. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Olynyk dishes to Iguodala. The Heat need to get a shot off. Here's Dragic from outside. And again, Miami with the triple.
No matter what the circumstance, he seems very comfortable letting it fly.
Ross with it. Gordon trying to break loose. No good from Ross. The pass to Dragic. It's tipped.
Excellent timing that time from Fultz. And I like the edge that he plays defense with. That's impressive for a young guy.
Here's Hero. He's been a reliable scorer for him as he's averaging up over 13 points a game. Misses off the left iron.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Iguodala deciding where to go with it. Shoots. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. It's all tied in Orlando. And we'll have the... And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Hey, that was a high-level pass no matter what position it came from. But it does make it stand out a little more when it's made by the big fella.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ballgame. DJ Augustine out there with Terrence Ross. Then it's Ennis, then there's Gordon, and it's Birch in at the center. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Magic.
Hard to believe that DJ Augustine has been in the league over 10 years now, and he's carved out a nice place in the NBA. He's a calming presence with younger players and always consistently productive.
Here's Nunn. Now the feed to Leonard. Here's Nunn. Vucevic defending. And it's Leonard missing.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low.
in the post.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
Cutting into that deficit now, well within striking distance.
Boy, time to tighten it up on defense. A stop here would be huge.
Now here's Ross. Got a piece of it. Leonard with the steal. And it's the Heat on the break. Here's Nunn. Second chance shot. Passes it to Hero for three. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Vucevic has got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight. Augustine in the corner. Outside Gordon. He kicks to Ross. And here's Augustine. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. And the Magic lead by one.
And I like how crafty Augustine gets in the pick and roll, Kevin. Outstanding at reading what's available and taking advantage of the defense's mistakes.
Here's Hero. Down low. Oh, and the jam by Leonard. Boy, right down to the wire here. Still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, and after all the energy both sides have expended, both teams still hungry for the win.
Now here's Gordon. 18 feet out. Nice spin off the left rim and in.
Just focusing on the task at hand. That's all you can do.
Yeah, these teams trading punches right now. I mean, it's table tennis. Back and forth we go.
Here's Iguodala. Heat moving the ball around. Pass to Hero. Iguodala dishes to Leonard. Kicks to Iguodala. Pass to Hero. Here's Nunn. Leonard trying to break free. Nunn can't get it to fall. Here's Ross. Who's back up. Three-pointer. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Gordon's got the lead up to 3 now for the Magic.
Fantastic execution in a tight spot. Gordon capitalizing in the big moment for his team.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
Vucevic with the bucket.
And, you know, you develop a level of trust with your teammates when you show the kind of concentration that Vucevic shows in these situations. He's the total package.
Here's Nunn. Iguodala the pass to Leonard. Here's Hero. From deep, Iguodala. It's hauled in by Gordon. Magic leading by 3. And Orlando making a change here. Fournier is checked in. And a new group in for the Heat. Bam Adebayo is checked in for Myers Leonard. Jones comes in for Crowder. Butler, he's checked in for Andre Iguodala. Robinson is subbed in for Hero. Now here is Augustine. The pass to Ennis. The Magic need to get a shot off here. Another miss by Orlando.
Oh, man, you know he'd love to have that one over.
Here's Nunn. Jones trying to get open. Nunn can't get it to fall. And let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for Orlando.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
And also, guys, they take a lot of pride in their ability to rebound the basketball, especially on the offensive end.
And Miami making a change here. Dragic is checked in. 56 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Pass to Adebayo. The kick out to Dragic. Pass to Robinson. This one for 3. Offensive rebound. Jones dishes to Butler. Dragic with a wide open look. Good! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Nice look that time from the veteran Butler, a go-to scorer. He's also willing to make the extra pass.
Fournier passes to Vucevic. He kicks it to Augustine. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whip. And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. So we'll have to now review the personal foul in question.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to make a challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Fournier passes to Vucevic. And slam dunk by Vucevic.
And it's real easy to see why they turn to Vucevic when the game is close. I mean, he knows how to step up in the clutch.
And so it's Orlando winning this one. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure.
Welcome back to 2K TV. Bill Simmons, the sports guy. Now, the sports guy is your nickname, but if you were a player, what would you have as your nickname?
Washed up.
Washed up,
Yeah.
that's it?
Yeah. I quit pickup like 5 years ago.
I'm gonna end it right here.
He's going to end it.
I'm going to end it.
I feel it. I feel it.
Coming to you tonight from the American. And let's check out a breakdown. Looking at some stats for Sexton.
And guys, how about the surge of offense he's experiencing right now? These last 5 games, he's been a machine at the offensive end. A different score than he had been earlier in the season. We'll find out if he can keep it going here tonight.
And a look at the starters for the Cavaliers. Sexton and Osman on the perimeter. Kevin Love out there with Andre Drummond. And it's Garland in at point guard. And for the Heat, Jones is out there with Adebayo. Then there's Jimmy Butler. Then it's Robinson. And it's Nunn in at the point. And so it's the Cavaliers getting on the board first. Outside Robinson. Over Sexton. Smitty, we have a good rivalry game tonight with 2 conference foes. This should be a beauty.
Yes, indeed. I think the fans feel it. The coaches feel it. Us as announcers, we feel it. The atmosphere is going to be great.
It is indeed.
And there's the patience you want to see from Sexton. Eyes up and finds the open man.
Here's Jones. Back to Adebayo. Outside for Robinson. Lets a floater go. And the rejection by Love by himself. And Sexton slams it in.
And it's clear that Sexton loves getting out in transition. He has a strong sense for how to capitalize.
Here's Nunn. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Charlotte. Outside Robinson. Here's Nunn. Feeds to Jones. Rebound Love.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off.
Sexton kicks to Osman. Drummond passes to Osman. Now here's Garland, defended by Butler. And the pass to Drummond. 5 to shoot. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. Count it. Good.
Finding a little rhythm here that they have to like where they're at.
They're playing well. They're building momentum. This is how they can turn a small lead into a big one.
Nailed from three-point land. Cavaliers have gone 4-4 to start. So a nice offensive rhythm to start here. Over to the left wing. Garland, but they recover it. It's tipped. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. Back to Love. Right wing. Garland, the pass to Love. Nunn grabs the board.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or two.
Yes, let's look on the bright side. You got a great look. It's a play that you might want to go back to again.
The Cavaliers leading by 5.
Where you always have confidence in the Heat organization is at the top. Pat Riley with 9 championships.
And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the official.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And that one's good. Drummond.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Passes it to Crowder. It's stolen by Nance. In transition, here come the Cavaliers. Pass to Garland. Here's Windler. Pass to Porter. Now, here's Garland. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Here's Drummond, and the layup's good off the glass.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Here's Crowder. Makes it off the glass.
Jay Crowder, not the biggest guy, but he's crafty in the painted area. Knows how to get his shot.
The pass to Windler. The dish to Porter. Here's Windler. Inside. Here's Drummond. Jay Crowder with the rebound. 34 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Down low. And Olynyk kicks to Dragic. Iguodala outside. Fires high post. The shot no good.
Rare for him to get a wide open shot from mid-range and fail to connect.
And here is Garland. Back to Drummond. Shoots over Olynyk, and the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And that doesn't. We welcome you back to Noche Latina. Becoming an annual tradition is always here on 2K Sports, and always exciting. And from what you guys have seen so far from Cleveland, what's your take?
Way to set the table. Offensively, they dominated on the interior.
They came in looking to attack from the get-go, willing to be physical and setting the tone.
On the floor for Cleveland, getting going here in the second. Nance and Thompson are up front. Garland is out there with Porter. And it's Windler in at the three.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. And, you know, Smitty, just a wall of muscle. Jay Crowder, one of those power wings that seems every team is looking for these days.
Yeah, he's able to straddle that line between perimeter and interior play. His versatility and competitive will set him apart.
Pass to Dragic. And here's Leonard from three. Trains the three-pointer. Leonard's got his first 3 points of the game.
The defender was pretty much helpless right there. This man had a clear height advantage, and he got the exact kind of shot he wanted.
Kicks it to Porter. Thompson right side. Back to Porter. Pass to Windler. To the paint. Thompson outside. Porter in the corner. Back to Thompson. It's rebounded by Leonard.
Missed opportunity. It's a makeable shot for him. He just can't get it to go.
Good ball movement here by Miami. The kick out to Crowder. Puts up a three. It's rebounded by Cleveland. They've led by as much as 10. Last time they met in Cleveland.
Well, last time out, they got the win in large part because of the play of their bench, and they provided a lot of the scoring punch.
It's not unusual these days. Teams are more than willing to go deep into that bench to find answers for certain matchups.
Here's Thompson. A terrific shot on the turnaround.
Seems to happen every season. Thompson adds a little something more to his offensive repertoire.
Dragic the pass to Leonard. Crowder feeling it out a bit. That three off the mark. And so it's Thompson with it. He'll bring it up for the Cavaliers. In the second quarter, they've given up just 3 points. Garland, no good. The Heat trail by 9. Interesting, Smitty. We're seeing guys like Dirk and Vince Carter play into their 40s. I'm wondering if this is a byproduct of improved nutrition and conditioning, and if that accelerates this trend.
I think it does, Kevin. I also agree to add to that. I think the game is less physical. I think a lot of those guys are taking care of themselves, but when the game is not as physical, it's a lot more perimeter. You can play longer. I'm curious, Kevin, will anybody play into their 50s?
You know, wouldn't that be amazing? That's a good question. Sexton dishes to Porter. Back to Sexton. Pass to Love. Now here's Thompson, defended by Jones. Fades and shoots. It's Adebayo with the rebound.
It's a shot you would think he would make, but he just doesn't make it all the time.
Jones, no luck.
Oh, I don't believe that. He's better than that. Come on.
Here's Thompson, and it's denied. And he's able to get it back. The open look here for Sexton. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Cavaliers will retain possession. It's got to take a look at the steal numbers over the last couple months. The scope of that for Butler.
I feel like he hasn't been paying as much attention to the defensive aspect of the game as he needs to. His steals have dropped over the past few months, and he needs to get back some of that fire on D.
Drummond's checked in for Cleveland. Right side, Butler. Picked away. And here's the fast break. Porter leading the way. Finished off the break. Porter's got the lead up to 10 now for the Cavs.
Agile play to get his hand in there and get the steal. Intelligent play to immediately start the break.
Nunn passes to Butler. Miami again turning it over.
Let's take a look here at the numbers for Porter. How his last 10 games have gone. He's putting up about 12 points a game, 3 assists and 4 rebounds. He's been making the right decisions and letting the game come to him. Solid play all around.
He's not trying to take over necessarily. He's just taking what the defense allows and contributing to the cause.
Heroes checked in for Miami. Now here's Butler. He's covered closely. Miami no good on that time either. Last game for the Cavaliers, it was a loss to the Bulls in Chicago. Here's Porter. It's hauled in by Hero.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
The rim protection at its finest. The result is the same whether you block the shot or simply change it.
To the left side wing. Nunn. Misses the three. Olynyk with the steal. Good if it goes. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome. It was Andre Drummond who got hot in the first. He had 9 points, 5 rebounds, and that does it for our half.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Andre Drummond with a strong contribution so far in this one.
In those first 2 quarters, he was pretty much an automatic bucket getter if he got it down low on the block.
I have to credit them for their patience offensively. They understood the matchup, and they took the necessary time to exploit it.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. And for Miami, look at who they've got out there. Jimmy Butler is out there with Jones. Then it's Bam Adebayo. Then it's Robinson. And it's Nunn in at the point.
What makes Drummond a great rebounder, not just the size and athleticism, it's his tremendous anticipation.
Butler passes to Adebayo. Left side, Jones. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. Robinson for 3. No good that time. So Cleveland will take it the other way. And the Cavaliers this summer selecting point guard Darius Garland with the 5th overall pick. The second-year man, Colin Sexton, already on the roster. Greg, how do you see the fit between these 2 players?
Well, I mean, both are 6'2". The questions will come at the defensive end of the floor. Offensively, both show great promise as shooters, very scoring-minded guards, reminiscent possibly of a Lillard-McCollum pairing for the Blazers, which could be a roadmap for the Cavs.
Osman, the pass to Love. Back to Osman. He kicks to Sexton. The pass to Garland. Back to Love. 4 on the clock. Over Jones. And there's Love. That's good on the assist by Garland. And the Cavaliers lead by 11. Passes it to Adebayo. To the wing on the left. Stolen by Garland. And Sexton slams it in.
Love what Drummond did on that play. Kept his eyes up, and he was being unselfish.
Kicks it to Robinson. Pass to Nunn. Launches it. A three-pointer is right on target. Nunn's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three. Adebayo against Drummond. Love the pass to Drummond. And Jones sends it back. Outside Robinson. Stolen by Garland. It's stolen by Jones. Here's Nunn. And that comes off the assist by Jones. Nunn's got 5.
Beautiful location on the pass as usual. Led his man perfectly.
Love against Jones. Love dishes to Drummond. And Drummond throws it down.
Yet another bucket for Andre Drummond. They've done a great job of getting him the ball in his spots.
Pass to Nunn. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. And that's a foul called on Colin Sexton. That's foul number 2 for him. And the Heat making a change here. Leonard's checked in. Nunn passes to Jones. Lock at 6. Robinson, that's good.
Yeah, clearly a defensive lapse there. He is automatic from deep if you're going to leave him that wide open. Big time mistake.
And Smitty, you talk about players who can just be vicious to the rim. Wow. Derek Jones is on that list.
Yes, he can dunk the ball with so much force. You feel the building shake. So scary when he's coming down the paint to catch a pass because of his insane leaping ability. Out of character for him to miss that shot. Maybe just a little too casual there.
Now the pass to Robinson. Butler on the wing. And there's the feed to Leonard. And Robinson wide open. He shoots. And a miss there on the triple. Cleveland leading by 7. Passes to Windler. Both teams deciding to change it up. Sexton the pass to Thompson. Nance right side. Pass to Windler. At the elbow, it's Thompson. He's off on that one. Great D that time from Leonard. And here's Dragic. He'll bring it up for the Miami Heat. Next step for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. And that'll be the third of the 4 straight at home. Sexton the pass to Windler.
No question he got bumped on that shot.
First trip to the line for him here.
Taking 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. Good on both.
He's living there tonight, a tough guy to guard without fouling. And the bonus, he's going to knock him down.
Pass to Silva to the right side. There's Dragic with the 3.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Nice shot by Thompson.
If Thompson's able to develop a mid-range game, watch out.
Dragic looking it over. There's the triple. No good. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Cavaliers lead by 11. Back at. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, you also have the location of the pass. Puts it right where it needs to be, where his man can do something with it.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. And so in the game for the Cavaliers, Nance and Thompson are up front. Porter is out there with Colin Sexton. And it's Windler in at the small forward.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
The Heat trail by 13. The pass to Dragic. It's stolen by Nance. On the wing, Porter. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. Now, here's Sexton. He's covered by Iguodala. Here's Windler. Miami grabs the miss.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Feeds it to Dragic. Passes it to Hero. From 12 feet out, and he gets the jumper to drop. Steve, Kobe Bryant said that growing up in Italy gave him a huge advantage learning the fundamentals and the tactics of the game. Do you think Europe's better at developing players than the United States?
You know, I don't think they're better. I do think their system at times for certain players, they get into a system of working on their game. And I wouldn't just say fundamentals from an early age. And a lot of those guys are being able to practice with pros at an early age. I think it comes down to individuals, and also I think a lot of these parents and kids, you have to understand it starts off with making a layup versus making a three. So I don't think the Europe is doing it better. I just think a lot of times right now we're looking at some of those European players, and they're coming over ready to play from day one versus some other players.
Boy, did they need that rebound. I mean, they have struggled on the boards overall, but still with a chance to win.
I mean, a beautiful combination of power and concentration. Crowder as relentless as they come.
And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Pass to Drummond. And it's blocked. Outside Butler. Pass to Crowder. Here's Nunn. Defended by Sexton. Over to the left wing. Releases. Nunn can't get it to fall. The Cavaliers leading by 10. Shoots it. Kept alive. And Drummond is right there.
Shooting at a high clip. He's found ways to get quality looks.
And Adebayo throws it down.
And he might be small for a center, but boy, can he jump out of the building.
Love. And Drummond throws it down.
There's not many that dunks it as powerful as Andre Drummond. He's explosive at 280 pounds.
To the inside, and stolen by Drummond. Here we go, one-on-one. 1:56 left to play in the final quarter. Drummond is doubled. Here's Love, and the dunk by Love.
And how about Kevin Love showing he can get above the rim when he wants to.
Kicks to Crowder. To the middle. Here's Adebayo. No good there. Good D by Drummond. Cavaliers are gone 5 of 11 from the field in the fourth quarter. To the inside. And that one's good. Love. Love's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, credit them for maintaining that aggression, even being up this much.
They don't want to leave no chance for a comeback. Just focus on playing the right way.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
You know what? They talked about this at halftime, and they're doing a better job of creating space.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness, as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Cavaliers.
Two great rebounding teams.
And these guys worked just a little bit harder tonight, and that was the edge they needed.
And a milestone win for the season. This will push their victory total to 20 wins even. And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Andre Drummond.
He was really important under the basket, making the plays down low and getting position to pull in rebounds.
And the Heat going with the whole new group on the floor. Then for the Cavaliers, Bell is checked in for Love. Exum comes in for Colin Sexton. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Garland. Back to Dellavedova. Just 5 to shoot. And there's the pass to Exum. Not really his range, and it's off target. The shot and game clock separated by 4. Pass to Leonard. over Bell. Leonard, no luck. They've been doing a great job of sharing the ball.
And guys, shot A comes to mind for me because right now that offense, it's a smooth operator.
From outside the arc, that one's not going to go. So we see the Cavaliers taking the win here to come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they...
for the land of the...
Hello and thanks for joining us. Noche Le. As we get a break in the action now, let's take a look at the East and how the teams are... What a wonderful view of the lights of Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons for Adebayo.
On the boards, he's been a much bigger presence these last few years than he had been prior. And he can be counted on now to make an impact with his rebounding. And that's a product of all the work he's put in down low.
Now let's take a look at the Bulls' opening lineup. Markkanen and Carter are up front. Levine at the 2 with Porter at the 3. And it's White in at the 1 spot. And for the Heat, Bam Adebayo is out there with Jones. Then there's Jimmy Butler. Then it's Robinson. And it's Nunn in at the point. Banked in off the glass. This end of the season awards already being debated. What did it mean to you when you were named All-NBA?
Well, it meant a lot, especially in my era, again, of playing against the best power forwards, I feel, in a group of all time. And so it meant a lot. There's only one power forward position, and so to be on that All-NBA team, it's something that's more special to me than being an all-star, because it's not about being the best 12 or 24. It's about being the best 5 in the league. And so those moments were always special, being named the first team in the league.
And like you said, you played in the golden era of the best players ever to play that position.
I tell you what, I think I played in the era where anyone that you would have picked in a power forward from the Western Conference, I couldn't have been upset at over myself, because everyone played in such a dominating fashion. Their teams were winning, and I knew personally how hard it was to guard these guys one-on-one.
Now, here's Butler. Boy, he just disappeared against Charlotte, and they really needed him. Here's the 3. Buries it from three-point range.
We all know that Butler has put a lot of work into his game. You see the result right here.
So first quarter just over a minute and a half in. Porter kicks to Levine. Over to the wing. Just 5 on the clock. Poked away. Butler with the steal. And it's the Heat on the break. It's deflected. Stolen by Levine. And Porter, here we go. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Love how Porter snakes his way into the lane. The long strides, the athleticism, an excellent penetrator. 2 fouls, and we're not even out of the first quarter. That's not a good pace to set.
Chicago making a switch here. Satoransky's checked in. Here's Nunn. Satoransky covering. Here's Adebayo. That one, no good. Now Chicago takes it the other way. There's the pass to Butler. Here's Nunn, guarded by Porter. Now Butler. Very solid contribution from him as he averages over 20 points a game. 2 on the clock. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. And so it's Carter who brings the ball up for Chicago. They trail by 1. And one of the hardest working players you'll find, Jimmy Butler. At the same time, you know what, Chris? He's not afraid to challenge his teammates.
Yeah, within his team, he's a culture setter, Kevin. I mean, I think he's learning that balance of being vocal, but also knowing just how far he can push his teammates.
So it's Miami now after the 3-pointer from Zach LaVine. Back to Butler. Elbow shot. Carter pulls it in. For Chicago, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Porter finds Markkanen. Bulls moving the ball around. Satoransky looking around. Outside, Levine. Dishes it to Markkanen. Carter, great positioning on the putback.
Oh, he's just such a terrific offensive rebounder. I mean, Carter Jr. excels at using his big body to his advantage on the glass.
Butler goes in to the left wing. Levine against Robinson. Passes it to Jones. Butler on the wing. Over Porter. And again, it's the Heat missing.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Here's Markkanen. Miami grabs the miss. Defeated by the Hornets in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them. Here's Nunn. Bangs home the trifecta. Nunn's got his second bucket of the night.
That's a nice play. Getting the separation he needs for a clean look.
Yeah, he may just have to put a little more arc under that. But either way, it's a tough shot.
Now, here's Porter. He had 15 points last outing. On the wing, Levine. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. Porter, no luck. That will count. And that one released in time, but no good. So at the end of... And we return to the second quarter, and Noche Latina specialized jerseys on display. Welcome back, everyone. And taking a look at Chicago's performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Old school approach. I mean, if you have a favorable matchup inside, just keep pounding it in there.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the floor for Miami, they've got Iguodala, Jay Crowder out there with Olynyk. Then there's Dragic, and it's Hero into the two. Iguodala no good.
Oh, man, as good of a shooter as he is, it drives him crazy to miss a wide-open three like that.
To the paint. Here's Cornette. Olynyk is covering. Cornette kicks to Young. It's stolen by Dragic. Pass to Hero. And the basket by Olynyk.
Oh, it's all about the assist on that play. He puts it in the perfect spot.
Chicago trailing here.
And when you watch the Bulls play, Chris, they just seem to lack an organizational direction.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, the team committed to Boylan to shape their youth. They don't seem to be interested in playing up-tempo or following any NBA trend. The distrust between players in the front office is not helping their recruiting and free agents. A lot going wrong there.
Myers Leonard, he's checked in for Kelly Olynyk. And Chicago also making a switch. Harrison's checked in. Iguodala deciding where to go with it. Pass to Hero. Kicks it to Dragic. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Launches a three. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
The D just sagged off just enough and no hesitation on his part.
Young outside. Back to Dunn. The pass to Harrison. Here's Hutchison. There's Harrison. He's covered by Iguodala. That's good, and the Heat lead is cut to just 1 on the basket from Harrison.
They get burned this time. That's a shot they're willing to give up, though.
Iguodala, the pass to Dragic. There's the feed to Crowder. Young with the steal. Here's Hutchison. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Dunn passes to Young. That's in, coming off an assist from Dunn. And the Bulls lead by 2. Last outing for the Bulls, it was a loss to the Magic in Orlando. Crowder. The rebound by Young.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Harrison passes to Dunn. Here's Cornette. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket. A lot of player ejections in the playoffs last year. In fact, the highest in 3 decades. Seems like tensions, Chris, with the officials are still escalating.
Well, yeah, the relationship between the players and the referees, it's always an ongoing process, and it's definitely getting better. But last year we had the highest number of new referees in the history of the NBA. And so you're going to have a growing pains when you have younger guys and understanding the culture of the league. But I like the way that we're going, and some of those rejections were warranted. Some of them weren't. I just look at that year as, that just happened. Let's see what happens. I'm not going to hold players and referees accountable to last season. I think we need a little bit more context before we make a decision on player ejections and flagrants and things like that. Just a little more research.
And there's Dunn on the assist from Thaddeus Young. Dunn's got the lead up to 4 now for the Bulls. And so it's Iguodala. He'll bring it up for the Heat. Next up for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. And that's the 3rd of 4 straight played at home.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
The Bulls making a switch here. White's checked in. Now here's Dragic. 11 points for him in that last game against Charlotte. The kick out to Crowder. From past the arc. Nope, not that time. Nothing for 2 from the field. And here are the Bulls now. They've gone on a 10-2 run, not allowing much. Young pass to Cornette. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And they got to bring the double team on it.
Chicago making some changes. Markkanen, he's checked in for Young. Denzel Valentine comes in for Chandler Hutchison. And Satoransky subbed in for Harrison. The Heat trail by 7. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Nunn. 5 points in the game. From the arc. The offensive rebound. It's good on the putback.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Outside, Markkanen. And he banks in the layup. Markkanen's got his first basket of the night.
And when Markkanen is making this, it boosts his aggressiveness, and it helps him fire up.
And so that's the end of the first half. It's the Bulls as they end the second quarter on a...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball fan. It was a closely contested first quarter for Chicago. They never trailed by more than 3 points. And that...
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. You look at Zach LaVine, he's really been playing well.
Well, he left his mark on that first half with his quick hands. Great sense of timing to pile up the steals.
Yeah, he's busting his tail, making his presence known. A great job defensively so far.
And tipping off the second half, here's Jim Boylan's 5. White and Levine team up in the backcourt. Markkanen and Carter are up front, and it's Porter at the 3. Levine against Jones. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Bulls lead by 9.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Stolen by Markkanen. Here's Levine. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Levine's got 7.
Oh, Levine is such an explosive player. He's able to fight through the contact and get it to go.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
You'd like to see a little more energy coming out of halftime on the defensive end.
And White kicks to Carter. He's looking for Levine and finds him. That's in there. Carter with the assist. And it's 9 points for Zach LaVine.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Puts it up from 12. Tips it. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
Yeah, and those second chance points can add up. White the pass to Carter. It's Levine atop the key. Another three for Chicago.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Well, Zach LaVine possesses a speed, Chris, and a burst that makes him a very tough matchup.
Yeah, and he has a great first step. I mean, when he is trying to beat a defender off the bounce, you can't let him get an edge to the hoop. He'll flush it on your head 9 times out of 10.
And the shot is good. The Chicago lead has been cut down to 9 in the bucket from Robinson. Well, Chicago has gone a very strong 4 for 5 from three-point land in the ball game. Levine deciding where to go with it. Passes it to Markkanen. And White kicks to Markkanen. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. And here's the upcoming schedule now for the Miami Heat. On Friday, they'll host the New York Knicks. And then on Saturday, they'll defend home court against the Chicago Bulls.
And that one against the Bulls, this is one where it would take a complete meltdown for them not to come away with the win. Anything can happen, but I'd be shocked if they don't come out on top. Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Yeah, even a slight movement is going to catch a ref's eye. I mean, they're trained to focus on that.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Thaddeus Young. He's checked in for Markkanen, and it's Valentine in for Otto Porter Jr. Shaquille Harrison, he's checked in for Chicago. Satoransky comes in for White. Hey, Chris, this year Pioneer Chuck Cooper inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame. Long overdue, wouldn't you say?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, he was the first African-American player ever to be drafted. I mean, let's just think about that. Jackie Robinson of basketball. He paved the way, and what he endured, and his teammates, by the way, of all colors, is well documented. And I think the Celtics need to, and I think they will retire his number 11 and have it hang up in that famed Raptors of theirs over there.
I agree. Here's Dragic. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. And it's 7 points for Goran Dragic.
Open court basketball at its best. The D slow to catch up, and the assist leads him right to the bucket.
Leonard with the steal. 1:24 left in the third quarter. Pass to Hero. To the wing right side. Good ball movement here by Miami. Leonard, that's for 2. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
You expect him to make those. They've got to do more to get a hand in his face next time.
Harrison kicks to Carter. And the Heat with some changes. Jay Crowder comes in for Leonard. And it's Iguodala in for Hero. Chicago also making some changes. Chandler Hutchison, he's checked in for Wendell Carter. And Chris Dunn subbed in for Shaquille Harrison. The Heat trail by 10. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
And he gets it to go.
And not relying at all on the three-point shot. They may want to rethink about stretching the defense a bit like they did in that first half.
Dunn passes to Hutchison. Olynyk with the steal. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Down low, Silva. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Oh, and with the fast eyes, Iguodala finding the open man.
Dunn with it. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Valentine, that's for 2. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in.
Nice defense there. That's Crowder's focus every time.
And so it's Chicago, with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game. And it's presented as always by State Farm.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
This is where the NBA's headed. I mean, multi-dimensional big men. That was just a beautiful pass.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. They've got Iguodala. He's out there with Dragic. Jay Crowder out there with Olynyk. And it's Silva in at the 4-man position. That's the group on the floor for Miami. And plenty. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Here's Olynyk. Plays it up and banks it in.
A strong finish by Olynyk. I mean, he's gotten stronger, and you can see that.
Chicago leading by 4. Pass to Markkanen. Out to the wing. About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. It's deflected. And now Iguodala running the floor all by himself.
Tremendous end-to-end player. I mean, throughout his career, he's been that. I mean, just think about it. Iguodala with a nice finish in transition.
Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Now, here's Satoransky. Fires for 3. They get it back.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
Yeah, it seems like whenever one team scores, the other comes right back with a bucket of its own.
Here's Dragic from outside. Poked loose. And there's the foul on Jay Crowder. That is his first foul of the game. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Wendell Carter, he's checked in for Chandler Hutchison. Otto Porter Jr. comes in for Denzel Valentine. Levine's checked in for Satoransky. And it's White in for Chris Dunn. Inside. It's stolen by Adebayo. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. A putback. Chicago grabs the miss. Carter's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. The shot by Markkanen, nobody around. No good from outside.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Robinson, that's good.
And this is the level of unselfishness that Butler brings. A total pro who moves the ball well.
Here's White. Porter. Great positioning on the putback. And the Bulls lead by 3.
Maturing more and more. You can tell Porter loves coming through for his team in these moments.
Crowder against Markkanen. And it's Otto Porter with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. The Heat making a switch here. Jones is checked in. Butler attacking. The pass to Adebayo. 5 on the clock. Porter against Butler. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
That's an unforced error. That will drive a coach crazy. You got to play heads up out there.
Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Levine can't hit. The Heat trail by 3. Passes to Robinson. Outside Butler. Oh, and the jam by Butler.
Oh, such a tough-minded player. Butler relishes the opportunity to make plays in the clutch.
Bean passes to White. Back to Levine. Carter against Adebayo. From deep three-point range, nails the triple.
And hey, when you're a big shot maker in college, that often carries over to this level, certainly has for White.
Butler feeling out of it. Pass to Adebayo. Outside for Robinson. Trying to find Jones. He gets it to him. No one near Adebayo as he lets it go. It falls! And he has brought them to within 2 points. Outside Porter. And there's a foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let him dribble the game out.
Carter outside. Jacks up a three. No good. Now a timeout called by Miami. Guys, what's your take?
Yeah, tough situation here, but they do have enough time to get a catch and shoot. It's going to have to be very quick, but they do have time.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Zach LaVine.
And I love that it's been a hard-charging performance. Jump shots have been kind of an afterthought. His main goal has been to attack the rim and put the D in some tough spots and also finishing strong.
And so the big win by Chicago in a tight game. This wins.
Welcome to this special edition of 2K TV.
The wait is almost over. We are just days away from 2K Day and the launch of NBA 2K21.
And if you can't wait, you can get early access to the NBA 2K21 demo right now. Here's how you get started.
Coming to you tonight from the American Airlines. And with pregame routines coming to an end, we're just... Well, tremendous athleticism. Thanks, DA. A look at the starting group for the Magic. Augustine and Fournier are the backcourt tandem. At the 4 and the 5, we have Gordon and Vucevic. And it's Ennis in at the 3, the small forward. And for Miami, Jones is out there with Bam Adebayo. Then it's Robinson. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Nunn in at the 1. With the playoffs around the corner, Brent, some teams already making vacation plans. Talk about the disappointment that those kinds of teams are feeling right now.
Yeah, you start the beginning of training camp with ideas of wanting to play into the postseason, and you know the realization of that goal is not going to be met. And what you want to do is remember your opportunity as a player, Kevin, to go out and still compete. You might not be back with the team that you're playing the end of the season with, the last 10 games. Maybe you're somewhere else. But there are teams, as we've always said, still watching you. And so don't ever get away from the idea of the competition as the season winds down.
They always say the eye in the sky doesn't lie. Everything is on tape, right? I mean,
yeah, and they are assessing how it is that you approach that, because you show your stripes when things are not going well. What kind of character do you have?
Now here's Ennis. He's usually able to provide some lift to his team, averaging 6 points a game. Fournier gets a wide open look. Rebound by Butler. And it's Butler with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Miami Heat. Defeated by the Hornets in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
And he wanted everybody in the building to feel that ferocity.
And we did. Yeah. We felt it. Even over here, we felt it. Jones against Gordon. It's Fournier on the wing. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Are you asking me, GA? I'm not sure.
Jones, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Derek Jones gets talked about a lot in terms of his dunking prowess and the way that he can get up in the air and maybe make a poster and a memory in the flash of an eye. But beyond the dunks, he's done a good job of really improving his game since coming into the league in 2016.
Now Jones following the miss by Evan Fournier from deep. And Nikola Vucevic is going to pick up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Now with 2 fouls here in the first quarter, everything changes for him. He's got to be more careful on defense.
Bamba is checked in for Vucevic. Now here's Adebayo. Not going to go that time. Gordon with the defensive effort. Hey, Brent, for Derek Jones, he saw the floor a good amount in his first full season with the Miami Heat.
Derek Jones is somebody that the Miami Heat continue to explore. And I guess if you're within that organization in Miami for a number of seasons, they like something about your competitive spirit. And that's where Derek Jones has probably found a home here in Miami. Well, he's too good a finisher to blow that kind of chance, but that's going to be a wake-up call to the defense.
Butler finds Adebayo. Back to Butler. Gordon with the defensive effort.
And he gets a lot of points right there at the rim, but the defense determined not to give up the easy deuce there.
Really left alone that time. Fournier's got 5 points so far.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Robinson drives in. The shot that time, not on target. And it's the Magic taking it the other way. Crowder, he's checked in for the Heat. Hero comes in for Robinson. And the Magic making a change here as well. Terrence Ross is checked in for Ennis. Here's Augustine, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. The Magic have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line. The free throw drops for Augustine. Ken Burge is checked in for the Magic. Fultz comes in for Evan Fournier. Both free throws good from Augustine. Now in his 6th season in the NBA, hard to believe Aaron Gordon is still just 24 years of age.
Not much older than and some rookies coming in. You wonder what his ceiling will be.
You know, altered shots don't show up on the official stat sheet, but as we saw there, he does a great job of doing that as well as collecting the rebound.
Bamba's shot is off. The Heat trail by 3. And here's Iguodala outside. Birch grabs the board. Augustine passes to Bamba. And good. Coming in on the assist by DJ Augustine.
And really, when Bamba has this positioning, you got to get it to him. He's a very reliable scorer from there.
You can make it so much easier for your teammate when you throw that lead pass that gets to him right on the money, whether that's on the run or in the shooting pocket. Well, they shouldn't be giving that shot to anyone, but they certainly shouldn't be giving it to him. That's a big break for the defense.
Dragic against Ross. No good from Dragic. And so it's Ross. He brings it up for the Orlando Magic. It's a 3-point game. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Chicago. From deep. Jay Crowder with the rebound. They play the clock right, then go 2 for 1.
Just got to time it up right.
Hero, no good.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
Now, here's Bamba. Augustine finds Bamba. Tries again. Once again off the mark, Orlando.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
Pass to Olynyk. Feeds it to Iguodala. Fires the 3. Had a hand on it. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Welcome back to Noche Latina, celebrating the Latin culture and their love for the game of basketball. It just keeps growing. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Magic?
Well, pounding the boards is one way to gain an advantage. They simply owned the glass in that first.
Well, if you get physical out there, you can control the glass, and that helps you to control the pace of the game.
This is how the floor looks for the Magic starting the second. Fultz is out there with Carter Williams, and it's Vucevic. Then it's Terrence Ross, and it's Birch in at the power forward position. Now here's Carter Williams. 20 points for him last game against Chicago. Ross dishes to Carter Williams. Back to Ross. Shot clock at 5. And too long on the shot. And the foul on Kem Birch. That's his first foul. Gordon's checked in for Kem Birch. Miami trailing. Iguodala outside. To the inside. Adebayo. And Adebayo throws it down.
Well, that's a good option there on the pick and roll. The athletic Andre Iguodala easily slicing up the defense with the pass.
Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. Silva, the pass to Leonard. Iguodala outside. The alley-oop. That's tipped. Fultz, the pass to Vucevic. And the call on and here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor,
They got it right with the review.
And Miami making a change here. Butler's checked in. Orlando also making some changes. Ennis, he's checked in for Terrence Ross. Evan Fournier comes in for Markelle Fultz. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Michael Carter-Williams.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Here's Adebayo. The Magic getting the bucket. Pass to Silva. To the middle. Here's Leonard. That one misses. And Orlando the other way now. Following this one, they get to host the Hornets. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. The Heat have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. Here's none. Guarded by Augustine. Back to Butler. The 3. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. Fournier for 3. They get it back. Vucevic, and slam dunk by Vucevic.
That's going to be a big morale booster.
And you know what? It could come down to those second chance buckets when it's all said and done today.
Well, especially in a close game, every possession matters.
And so here is Miami. The Magic hitting the bucket. Adebayo kicks to Butler. Here's Silva. A three-pointer, no good. And here's Fournier. He brings it up for the Magic. To the paint. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Augustine passes to Vucevic. Here's Fournier. He's covered by Leonard. Pass to Augustine from deep three-point range. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Magic lead by 2.
And Kevin, they've dialed up their activity this quarter. We're seeing them convert a lot of those second chance opportunities.
Here's none. Guarded by Augustine. Here's none. His last outing, he had 18 points. But they'll get another chance. Silva. He's guarded by Fournier. Here's Silva. Drills it from outside. We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
Now here is Augustine. He's coming off a 16-point game against Chicago. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Yeah, easy call.
The Magic shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. And he makes the first. Both free throws good from Augustine.
Well, when he gets into a groove at the free throw line, it doesn't just last for tonight. This might be 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that.
Robinson kicks to Olynyk. Out left to the wing. Got a piece of it. And that's it for the first half of action. What?
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to... It was a closely contested first quarter for Orlando. They saw their lead grow to a high water mark of 5. Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few...
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Nice game. Great performance by Nikola Vucevic.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half. Just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. And for Miami, look at who they've got out there. Adebayo is out there with Jones. Then there's Jimmy Butler. Then it's Robinson. And it's none in at the point. Here's Fournier after the Heat pick up 2. Over Robinson. And it's off the back rim. No good. The Heat with the lead. Here's Butler, and slam dunk by Butler.
And you gotta admire Butler. I mean, when he's got space to rise up for the finish, he does not hesitate.
Now here's Fournier. He has 5. Second half just getting started. About a minute played. From downtown, that's in. Augustine with the assist. And it's 8 points for Evan Fournier. Faster pace now, Brent, in the NBA. This has become an endurance sport, and well-conditioned athletes are a must.
Obviously, Kevin, over the past couple seasons, the pace has picked back up. It's very reminiscent of the early 80s when you had the Lakers running, the Denver Nuggets running. Yes. You have these teams that are just flying up and down the floor. So as a fan, I think it's a wonderful opportunity, especially the closer you can sit, to watch a Russell Westbrook, to watch a Paul George, to see a Giannis get up and down the floor with such fluidity and grace and skill set. So the game opening up has also opened the eyes to the fans about just how great the athleticism of NBA players is.
Now here is Augustine. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game.
Not his best night from the field, but looking for other ways and finding them so he can chip in.
Nunn passes to Jones. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Now here is Augustine. Now Ennis. 3-pointer. Offensive rebound. And the pass to Fournier. And here's Augustine. Back to Fournier. Fires from deep. No good on that one. And Miami the other way now. And Aaron Gordon gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Both teams will make substitutions. Gets the pass to Jones. Ross against Butler. Back to Jones.
2 minutes.
The Heat need to get a shot off. And Butler gets it to go on the assist by Jones. Butler's got 5 points now this quarter.
I don't think this is a conditioning issue, but they look like they've lost their legs here in the second half.
Whoa, that'll wake you up.
He is such a great athlete. Iguodala outside. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Jones against Fournier. Jones, the pass to Butler. Count that one. Butler's got 7.
And in the first half, it was a struggle offensively, shooting a very low percentage, but it hasn't prevented them from grabbing the lead. And now they're shooting it much better here in the second. Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. Jones kicks to Dragic. 56 seconds left here in the third quarter. Knocked away. The dish to Iguodala. Trying to find Jones. He gets it to him. Trying to get open is Adebayo. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Kelly Olynyk's checked in for Jones. Jay Crowder comes in for Butler. And Hero subbed in for Andre Iguodala. Orlando also making some changes. Mohamed Bamba, he's checked in for Vucevic. Kem Birch comes in for Aaron Gordon. And it's Carter Williams in for Fournier. Here's Crowder. Markelle Fultz making his last shot. 23 seconds left to play here in the third. Here's Hero. It's rebounded by Carter Williams.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
For the lead, and it's good on the way in. Carter Williams has got his first 2 points.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Well, you can tell they really want to increase this lead. They can't keep letting.
And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Magic lead by 1. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
So helpful to the offensive versatility when your bigs can create, freeing everybody up, and that cut was wide open.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. On the court for Orlando, they've got Carter Williams. He's out there with Fultz. Terrence Ross is out there with Bamba. And it's Birch in a power forward.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
Right side, Leonard. He feeds it to Olynyk. Back to Leonard. Stolen by Bamba. And here we go. Fast break. Fultz has got it. And Ross with the slam.
And this is the effort you want to see out of your guys, win or lose.
A great example out here of just a no-quit team continuing to compete until the final buzzer.
Here's Hero. And Bamba pulls it down.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
Pass to Dragic. Beyond the arc. It's good from long range.
Yeah, that was certainly a deep one there from the perimeter, but Dragic making it effortless.
Fultz the pass to Birch. Kicks to Bamba. He dishes it to Fultz. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. The kick out to Crowder. Fires the three. That's good, and the Orlando leaders cut to just one in the basket from Dragic.
Well, he did not think twice. Firing away, Dragic knocks down and sinks the three ball.
Crowder feeling it out a bit. Outside Dragic. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. Here's Ross. And the jam by Ross.
And some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling. Carter Williams against Dragic. He kicks to Olynyk. Tries from 16. And another basket for Miami.
Now, some guys have a hard time finding their teammates in those possessions. Dragic is always looking to dish to get it to the open man.
He's showing he wants to be the man. Bamba has the hunger to step up in those big moments.
Leonard. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Deep two from Ross. There he goes.
You don't want to be jumping on a play like that. No. Wow, he was up there, Kevin.
And how about just floating to the rim on that slam?
Boy, when he gets up, I mean, he gets up. Dragic against Carter Williams. That one's good, and the Magic lead is cut to just 3 points on the basket from Dragic.
Dragic wants these kind of moments, and this time coming through.
Carter Williams kicks to Bamba. Shoots over Olynyk. Bamba's shot is off. Miami's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Passes it to Dragic. Outside Crowder. Back to Dragic. And the Heat call time here. They're trailing by 3. 1:11 left in the fourth. Now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Nikola Vucevic.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances
you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. And that has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, during the last break, I listened to Eric Spoelstra address the team. With this game in the balance, he really came after his guys. He said, this is our time. Right now, be in the moment with each other. Do your job, and I promise you we'll win this game. Back to you.
To take the lead, Jones. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Absolutely critical chance right here.
They need this one to go their way.
Remember that one, guys, a difference maker.
I'm wondering, Greg, is that the biggest shot of the game?
Points are an absolute must here.
Can't come away empty, GA. That would be the nail in the coffin.
Butler with the ball. Now guarded by Vucevic. Got it! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within one.
No doubt that Butler continues to improve his passing. An excellent playmaker, really wants to make his teammates better.
And they still have a foul to give at this point. A three and nothing but a three will do here.
Nah, this is all from the perimeter and outside the arc here.
Back to Jones. This is to Butler. To tie it up. No good from three-point territory. It's off. And so the big win by Orlando in a tight game. They break the hearts. All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up for Greg.